The President of the United States is getting in trouble with Christians. You've seen the post by now. Here it is. But right off the bat, what I find interesting, what is that? What is that? Now, it's all AI. I don't like generative AI. But in the original image, that was a soldier. It was a human being. And then in the edited version, where he put his face in, that came up. Just saying, it looks like a demon or a Stranger Things monster. I was glad to see Christians from across the spectrum, including conservative people in the Daily Wire, say it would behoove the president to take this down because blasphemy is really no laughing matter. Now, the president, of course, then replied with this.
Did you post that picture of yourself depicted as Jesus Christ?
Well, it wasn't depicted. It was me. I did post it, and I thought it was me as a doctor, and had to do with Red Cross as a Red Cross worker there, which we support. And only the fake news could come up with that one. So
I think what you have to understand about President Trump is that he's always trolled people. That has been his humor since day one. I don't think he's a particularly conservative man. I think he is a big city, New York City, big government liberal that has done some things very effectively for conservative causes, but I think he is a liberal person. And he comes from a time when culture was a very crude, very sexually licentious, and offensive. Remember the 2000s, the late 90s? It was offensive for the sake of being offensive. Think South Park, think Family Guy. He lives in that world. That's where he comes from. And he has trolled his political opponents since day one. This is how he has dominated the news cycle. This is how he's stayed relevant. This is how he's gotten elected, by constantly giving something for people to talk about, to be outraged. It's worked very well for him. But what I would say politely is this: no matter how you see yourself, no matter what your strategies for life are, some things are just true. They're absolute. Blasphemy, even if he meant this humorously, even if he's trolling Pope Leo, whatever he thinks he's doing, comparing yourself to Jesus Christ in that way, not as a follower, but sort of as though you're like him, is obviously blasphemous. Now, Trump and Pope Leo have both been kind of making comments about each other. If you wanted to take Trump's side, you could say that Pope Leo has been very vocally harsh about Trump's war in Iran. But Trump pushed back and said he thinks Pope Leo was weak, that he's weak on crime, that he would allow Iran to have a nuclear weapon.
We don't want a pope that says crime is okay in our cities. I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of Pope Leo. He's a very liberal person.
I do have questions personally as to whether or not the war in Iran is a just war. But what I'll simply say is this: Pope Leo is not doing anything out of the ordinary. There have been popes as far back as the Middle Ages that are pastors, even if they have temporal authority, not just pastoral authority, but temporal authority in some realm of politics in the past. They have still used their position as pastor to call people to peace. One pope went so far as saying that all wars in the end is a victory for demons, even if you fight justly against an aggressor, because in the end, it's destruction of humanity, and that's what demons want. So Pope Leo is not doing anything out of the ordinary here. Even if you agree with Trump or disagree with Pope Leo about the justness of the war in Iran. But I hate that on the internet we sit around bashing each other, so would you do me a favor and pray for two things? Pray for Pope Leo, and then pray for President Donald Trump. I think that would be the best course of action. Whoever you are, I hope you know your life matters. God loves you, so take care of yourself. And as always, thanks for watching. God bless.